Well, hello there folks, and a warm festive welcome back to What's for Tea. It's lovely to see you all again as usual, and this is going to be my last recipe for 2023. The next recipe is going to be in 2024. Where did the year go? So this is a perfect one to end the year with. This is perfect party or finger food. So if you're planning a wee get together for New Year, then why not try, putting these on your menu or giving them a wee go. They're so very easy to make and absolutely delicious as well, and you don't need many ingredients. So this is everything that I'm using here, but as usual all of these ingredients will be underneath the video in the show more box. So obviously I've got some puff pastry, 1 egg, I'm using parmesan, and then just a selection of herbs and spices there, but you can add, or take away whatever you like and don't like. So like I said, I am using salt and pepper, mustard powder, cayenne pepper, garlic granules and onion powder. But if you don't like my combo, you could add things like oregano, Italian seasoning, whatever you like. And this is the pastry that I'm using here. This one is from Aldi, and in my opinion, the best shop-bought pastry out there. And I am using parmesan, but you can use whatever cheese you like. Just be careful you don't use one with too high a moisture content, because you don't want to end up with soggy pastry. So combine your cheese and your herbs and spices in a bowl, and you just want to give them a good stir just to make sure everything is well combined. And then get your egg, add a wee splash of water and give that a good whisk as well. Adding the water is just going to make it a wee bit looser and easier to paint onto your pastry. Then unroll your pastry, get it nice and flat, and then just lightly go over the top with your beaten egg and water, just with a light wash all over. This is going to help your cheese to stick. And then on half of your pastry, you just want to pop your cheese and your herbs and spices and just give that a wee press down with the back of your spoon, and then flip the other half of your dry pastry, or the pastry without the cheese, on top of the pastry with the cheese, and then give that a wee squash down with the palms of your hands, just making sure it's nicely lined up all the way around. But don't worry, we're going to roll this out anyway, so it doesn't have to be perfect. So grab your rolling pin, and you want to give this a good roll along, just to make sure that your cheese is getting into your pastry, and it doesn't all come flying out when you cut this into strips. So I'm going to get my pastry off the backing paper and turn it around just to make it easier to roll. And you want to roll this to about 5mm or half a centimetre in thickness, or you can do them as thick as you like. This is just what I'm doing here. And with the edges, I'm just going to tidy those up. Now, don't throw these away, because you can, obviously bake these wee pieces as well, but don't like any waste. So just roll them up and make them into wee pinwheels, and we can bake those as well. It's just to give me more of a rectangle. I'm not so bothered about the bottom, because these are going to be getting twisted up anyway, but I did want the sides nice and straight, just like this. So I was really happy with this one, but like I said, you can make this as thick as you like, but I wanted these quite thin, because it's going to make it a wee bit easier to twist up at the end as well. So I don't have a metal ruler or anything like that, so I'm just going to use my flexible cutting board just to use as a guide to give me some nice straight twists, just like this. But you can use whatever you have to hand, or even just eyeball it, it's up to you. But I was quite happy with these, and they are lovely and thin as well. Just make sure you can remove them from your paper quite easy. They should be quite dry and not sticking to your hand. So you just want to grab one end and with the other gently twist, and they will stay in this wee twisty shape. But I'm going to sort of press them into my tray at each end. Just make sure your fingers are a wee bit wet to allow them to stick to your paper, and that's going to stop them from uncurling in the oven. Yeah, really, really easy, and it's so much fun to do as well. I'm just going to show you me doing each of these just so you can see exactly how easy this is. But like I said, if you find your pastry is quite dry and not sticking to your paper, just wet your fingers, wet each end, and they will easily stick to the paper. Just like this. I mean, how simple is this? So the last thing you want to do is pop these into the fridge for about 5 minutes if you find your pastry is getting a wee bit too warm. But if it's cold, you can obviously put them straight into the oven. But you want to bake these for about 20 minutes, 200°C, 400F or gas mark 6 for between 15 and 20 minutes. And you'll have something that looks like this at the end. Let them cool slightly or they will burn your fingers off like these were, but they were absolutely beautiful. And I'm going to let you hear in a wee second just how crispy and crunchy and flaky these actually are. They're just marvellous. And in my opinion, these are lovely served with some warm nacho cheese, some tomato chutney, you know, something like this. And although it looks like strawberry jam, it is actually tomato chutney. Pop these in the middle and get these onto your buffet table, and these will go down a storm. You know, they're perfect from the oven. If you're doing these in advance, you can easily warm them up again, and just listen to this. They're just fabulous. Yeah, listen to that crunch. These are not long out the oven. These have only been out the oven about 15 minutes. There's still a wee bit of warmth in there, and in my opinion, that's the perfect time to have them. Yeah, crunchity, crunchity. So do let me know if you're planning on giving those ones a go and adding it to your buffet table if you are having a wee get together for New Year. And thank you all for your support throughout the year. You know, it really does mean ever so much. I'm blown away that you're all here watching and supporting and sharing and liking and commenting and all the wonderful things that you do. So I'm wishing you all the very best for 2024. If I don't see you before then, have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll catch up with you off as soon back here on What's for Tea. Take care and bye for now. Bye now.